it comes to the GOAT debate in wrestling, no other debate is stronger than the GOAT debate and lasted more longer than the GOAT debate. Because technically, the GOAT debate is kind of a difficult situation. But technically, this, yeah, this video is not gonna help a lot because I know at the comments there's gonna be a lot of people talking about but he's not the GOAT, but he's not the GOAT. But technically, this is my own list, okay? We're only doing our own list in PG Wrestling, and in my opinion, if you don't like it, you don't like it. The GOAT debate, when it comes to sports, has lasted for a very long time, and I'm not even joking. This is not even the first GOAT debate. You have other GOAT debates in other sports. Some already settled. Messi. Football. Messi. But technically, yeah, when it comes to wrestling, this is a never-ending, excruciating pains and comments. And in my opinion, this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to actually try to settle the GOAT debate because, in my opinion, it has to be that obvious. It has to be that obvious who is the GOAT. No. No, no. No. But yeah, it's always been like this, and I'm not even joking. This is not the first time we've ever had an excruciating GOAT debate. Mostly, wrestling is kind of not only like WWE. There's a lot of companies that actually take over the wrestling industry. So you cannot only account WWE for only wrestling. It is not only wrestling. You have other companies like AEW, WCW when it actually existed, and TNA when it actually existed. Yeah, because that shit is long gone. I'm not even joking. That thing is long gone, man. And in my opinion, it's not only kind of like a structure where it's easy. You have to only decide who wins the most time. No, technically, WWE and sports entertainment itself, it's a sports entertainment industry. So technically, it includes on entertainment. It's like saying who is the greatest actor of all time. And I did that, and I know right now when I said that there are so many people viewing the comments who are going to kill me. Oh shit. But yeah, you can technically have a lot of debating to do because that debate never ends. Literally, it is always there. You will always talk about the GOAT and it will be unsettling. Really, really unsettling. But technically, yeah, this is what we here to do. We came here to do this, and I know I'm going to be in serious trouble, but you have to deal with my list. And yeah, so this is technically our top 10 greatest wrestlers of all time. Let's get into this list. And in this video, we are not going to start including like a lot of wrestlers. I know I just talking about there's a lot of companies out there, but most of these guys are kind of in WWE because technically WWE generates a lot of money. And technically, when it comes to money, we're also talking about who draws in the most viewers, who is more popular. It's like a popularity contest as well. Who is the best at their job. So we kind of trying to see who's the most complete wrestler. So yeah, so welcome back to the video game. Yeah, I would say gays. Did I always say gays? Did I always say gays? You are not gay. If you are gay, get out of my screen. I'm not joking. You are not gay. I know all of you are not gay. If I see any of you gay people on my screen, you have a serious problem, bro. We need to take you to the hospital. I'm just joking, guys. All these jokes are just jokes. So don't take it too serious, guys. I am the bell collector. Yeah, you know who I am. I'm the bell collector. So technically, I'm the bell collector. Not my first time being on the screen, and probably, guys, where are these guys? Where are these guys? So I'm the bell collector, and technically this is PG Wrestling. So if you guys do like this video, like and subscribe. So follow us on our socials on TikTok and Instagram on PG Wrestling Gram and PG Wrestling in general on TikTok. And guys, let's get into this video. So if you guys know, I clearly look like a kid. but I'm a wrestling expert. I'm just gonna bring you guys with that information. So let's get into it. Number 10, Chris Jericho. Again, I do understand all of you. When you end this video, I know all of you are gonna end this video and gonna say, why is Chris Jericho on this list? We're gonna recap on why Chris Jericho on this list, because he's that damn good. Chris Jericho has the best mic skills, has so much charisma. Not only that, he's also a very popular guy in the wrestling industry, and again, he's very respected because again, he's always there, he's everywhere. My guy is literally just an amazing figure in the wrestling community. And again, in my opinion, I understand why he's here. His time in the WWE maybe is his, I'm not even joking, this is his most iconic time ever in a company. And in my opinion, that's what he only needed. And again, like, what can I say about this? What can I literally say about this? He wasn't the face of the company. I won't lie to you. And again, when you end this video, you'll be shocked to actually realize and ask yourself, why is Chris Jericho on this list? But again, he's always there. He's the man under the mask. I don't know, man. I'm not making sense. But again, there are so many times where Chris Jericho needed to be the face of the company, but they didn't push him. And in my opinion, that's kind of very disrespectful when you're looking at a wrestler like this, because he is such an entertaining wrestler. He is always evolving, and that's what we need from a wrestler. You need the confidence to evolve your character, and Chris Jericho has done that single-handedly many times than I can count. And in my opinion, that's amazing from him. And again, he just shows how much he commits to the job. Again, I was always inspired when I heard stories like this from Jericho, because it just told you that, you know, the man is really committed. He doesn't give a shit if it's a goofy character. Yeah, the list. The list. I can't lie to you. That was the most hilarious shit I've ever seen. The list. The list. And technically, or serious one. I'm not even joking. He's actually been a serious character. And again, that's what we need from Chris Jericho. And when he does that, he makes it work. And you can kind of take him seriously because it's Chris Jericho. It's the motherfucker himself. And again, you can't lie. It's kind of shocking to kind of see his resume when you look at his accomplishments. But yes, and again, I do not want to lie. You cannot tell me you are the most, I don't want to say this. This man has the most intercontinental title runs ever. He literally still holds it until this day. That's how good Chris Jericho is. He's just a legend, and all of us don't take it seriously or don't take him seriously. But again, I'm starting to respect Jericho right now, because again, he's just a fantastic wrestler, a fantastic human being, and a great wrestler. When I mean human beings, yeah, there's gonna be one human being here you do not want to see. Yeah, I'm not even joking. You already know what I'm talking about. But yes, Chris Jericho deserves to be on this list, absolutely. And again, I do not want to hear so many arguments, because this is absolutely not debatable. It is kind of a shame to put him number 10, but it kind of is the truth. He wasn't the face of the company or a company. I'm not going to kind of point out AEW, because technically when he was actually starting the whole shit, John Moxley came and then he completely took over. So technically, you can't call him the face of the company of that industry. But technically, he's always been that good. Jericho is just an evolving character. And again, I just love to see his work. My guy is absolutely insane. My guy is absolutely insane, and I love to see it. He's an absolute insane wrestler, and that's why he's here. And his wrestling work and mic skills are absolutely impressive. When he speaks, I absolutely listen, because it's not some nonsense that a kid is saying right now. Wait, what? But technically, it is the truth, and in my opinion, that's what you need. You need also the wrestling skills, and again, that's what Jericho possesses. He's kind of underrated traits. It's not his evolving of his own character. It's not his mic skills. It's kind of his wrestling skills. And again, this thing is kind of the one that makes no sense, because he's actually the greatest to ever do it. But yeah, that's why he's here. That's why he's on this list, because he's actually that good. So yeah, Jericho has to be on this list. I know all of you are gonna be confused at the end of the video why we putting him, but yeah, it's him. He's absolutely him. He's a him. He's him. He's him. Number 9, the 16-time world champion, Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. I do not want to hear it. This man is absolutely fantastic at what he does, and I love it. In my opinion, yeah, we were having so much debates with the boys when it came to putting him here, because technically we had so many people who we put here that kind of deserved. I can't put it into perspective, but kind of deserved to be here. Like we had Bruno Sammartino for once, but technically I had to put him here because I just love to the Nature Boy. My guy is absolutely insane. The one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. If there was not 8 more better wrestlers than him, in honesty, that's how I feel. The Nature Boy is absolutely better than Jericho, and that's why he's actually number 9. In my opinion, you cannot tell me that this man is not deserving of this number 9 spot. Smart? What? I mean number 9 spot. In my opinion, he deserves every single minute of it. And again, it is kind of like, yeah, he's him. Ric Flair is kind of the first wrestler to be him, you know. And again, in my opinion, you couldn't choose anyone else than Ric Flair. He's just absolutely a fantastic wrestler. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, he's a good wrestler. Fantastic. Hmm. Wait, wasn't that match? But technically, when it comes to Ric Flair, he's just absolutely undeniable. I personally think when it comes to primes for Ric Flair, there is a lot of primes. I cannot actually mention them in this video. And yes, I did not forget to mention Chris Jericho's primes because technically it was written under here. But when it comes to Ric Flair, it is kind of like, what the hell? Like, it's an impossible feat. Like, you cannot tell me that's an easy thing to do. I think Ric Flair is just also very, very well respected in the company. And again, my guy on the mic is insane. He's absolutely insane on the mic. And in my opinion, one of the best to do it on the mic. If you had to choose anyone for the mic, like literally get someone to carry your show, I would rather choose Ric Flair because he is the best to do. He is absolutely a fantastic wrestler. I'm still thinking about that. But he's also fantastic on the mic and he's the best to ever do it. And that's why he's on this list. And again, only John Cena can beat this record by now. 16-time world champion. I know, a lot of people know that that is not the actual record. He has more title reigns than that. But technically, when it comes to WWE, it's yeah, we have to deal with that. We really have to deal with the 16-time world. I don't know, man. WWE are insane. But technically, if it's the 16-time world champion, he's the 16-time world champion. And again, that's still an impossible feat to do. Even John Cena is trying to destroy that, but he's failing. He's not even close anymore. It's kind of useless to have him win that belt again. And again, that just tells you how impossible it is to break a feat. It's like breaking. Yeah, I don't know, man. Ric Flair is just an insane character, and I think, in my opinion, is one of the greatest wrestlers on this list. Yeah, if they were not 7 more other wrestlers, or 8, technically 8. I said 7 because this guy who just has charisma, but yeah, he's just not a good guy. Not technically, but he's racist, and I'm black. You guys probably know who this fucker is. Number 8, Triple H. Yes, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be hating me on the comments, but it was the decisions that the boys made, and in my opinion, I can also stand on it. Yeah, but no, I don't know, man. He's just the booker of WWE right now, and he's the only guy making wrestling great. So this is why I put him on the list. But also, his individual achievements as a wrestler has not to be ignored. This has not to be ignored. because in my opinion, you cannot have a better career than Triple H. Triple H is actually one of my yeah, he was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. So he had to be on this list. Again, Triple H was absolute yeah. I'm not going to even talk about the backstage politics, bro. I'm not going to talk about that. Fuck, that reign of terror is oh shit, that was terrible. That was the worst time of my life as a wrestler. The worst time in my life. And I wasn't even born yet. I wasn't even born yet. Fuck this. But technically, he does deserve to be on this list because he's that great. Again, one of these wrestlers who you can just go like, hey, he's that good. Because Triple H was fantastic on the mic, in the ring. I'm still malfunctioning after I said on the mic. But he is good though. He is good. Like I lied to you. And again, in my opinion, his prime had to come at all primes, 2002 to 2004. In my opinion, the best times maybe in his life. I don't know he personally, because technically I think that was technically his prime. I was actually gonna put his prime as 2000, but technically that is not. And plus, Triple H has so many memorable moments in his career where he was absolutely the dominant figure. Who could forget 2002 Royal Rumble return? That was absolutely fantastic, and in my opinion, he does deserve to be on this list. And again, it's kind of like on mention, unlike all these other wrestlers, also not including Chris Jericho and we just only had Chris Jericho and Flair. Let's go with that. Unlike Chris Jericho, okay, not unlike Chris Jericho. I like this list. Besides Chris Jericho, he wasn't the face of the company. He was technically not the face of the company, and that kind of like is the reason why he's not here. Again, you might ask me, and you might tell me, but Ric Flair was the face of the company. I get it. He was the face of NWA, but yeah, we are kind of talking about WWE right now, and again, this is why he's also here. And he wasn't the face of the company. I like these three we just already mentioned. Also, that means also Triple H. He wasn't the face of the company. So this is why he's eighth. But again, there's so much disrespect when you look at the accolades that Triple H has accomplished over the years. He was the finalist. Yes, the finalist in the first Elimination Chamber. He was in a lot of Elimination Chambers, and in my opinion, he will always be dubbed Master Elimination Chamber because how good he performed in the Elimination Chamber and how frequently he was always the finalist, and probably also won a lot if you not include 2002. But yeah, Triple H is absolutely a fantastic wrestler, fantastic person on the mic. Doesn't he always say he's the game? But yeah, he's just fantastic, and this is why he's number 8. Number 7 is one of the greatest pure wrestlers of all time. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart. One of the most organized wrestlers of all time. That's what I will actually say because this man was damn good. His matches to me were 5 stars. He was always a 5-star competitor, and this is why he's number 7. I like this number, all the top 6s and 5s. He was absolutely the pure wrestler at this time and this decade, and in my opinion, kind of drew the buzz. When it comes to buzz, popularity, and just overarching success, I like the three that we just mentioned. He had the popularity. He was really popular in the 90s, mostly the early 90s. He was literally popular. He was always in the commercials. He was always everywhere. He was personally the best wrestler out there. Well, the problem with him being on number 7, he was kind of the face of the company, but we also need that people, those wrestlers who are also charismatic on the mic. And again, Bret was very charismatic in his own right. That's what I would actually say. And in my opinion, no disrespect to Bret, he was always a legend. But when it comes to being the face of the company, I feel like you need also to include people's mic skills. And again, Brett's mic skills is kind of the problem here. He needs, yeah, he needed a great person on the mic. He needed someone fast. But in my opinion, that's not what was very necessary to his game because he was very complete. He was already a complete wrestler, just always consistent on a consistent basis. And again, if he didn't leave WWE and had that screw job, I think again wrestling would be better or worse. I do not know what to say because personally, the screw job did help wrestling to elevate itself from the dying apocalypse that was happening at the time point. But yeah, if he was still there, it could have been. I can't lie. It was gonna be a good ride though because I think the Attitude Era was already starting at that time period. So yeah, that wasn't gonna hurt anything. But personally, if he didn't retire a bit soon, in my opinion, in my mind, I still think he actually retired at Survivor Series in that screw job match with Shawn Michaels because after that, this this shitty this shitty cunt, this barbaric company. Ah! But technically, it is what it is. He's absolutely just a fantastic wrestler. And again, the only reason why he's absolutely not higher on the list is the mic skills. Just him leaving the company after the school job. He could have been much more popular, but I feel like, yeah, he left a bit too early. He left a bit too early. And again, in my opinion, that didn't hurt him because he still is on this list, and I think he deserves to be maybe a bit higher if he didn't leave. And again, we will make a video of what if he didn't leave the company, but that is for another time. But yeah, just imagine the possibilities if he didn't leave. The problem with Brett was no problem. You just only had the problem with his mic skills, but still, when he was on the mic, you kind of did not cringe, unlike a lot. You mostly one, the one with the yellow and red. It's too much color. Oh shit. But he didn't cringe a lot, and again, in my opinion, that kind of helped his success. He was kind of that guy who you took very seriously every single time he talked because he was really serious. He wasn't a joker. He never joked around, and in my opinion, until this day, he's still the most serious wrestler of all time. When is the last time when you saw this guy smiling? I never seen this guy smiling in a good way. Like this man always looks like he's smiling, but he's not smiling. He's literally depressed or some bullshit. But yeah, I think that's kind of what made his success because he's just absolutely fantastic and he's very serious when it comes to the company. He does take the company serious, and again, in my opinion, does regret leaving, but that is only on him because yeah, when he left, that's what I have to say. Pooh. Well, number six. Fuck, bro. Why do I have to compliment this bitch? Yeah, he's the guy I was talking about the whole time. Fucking Hulk Hogan. What the fuck is the shit about this guy? Why does he want to be like him? He wants to be him? Ah, yeah, you're not him, bro. You are not him. But in my opinion, I have to put some respect into this guy's name again. We are, we are all human, and and I think some of us do change. Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh shit! I can't believe I said that. But yeah, it has to be the truth. In my opinion, his success is mostly on his character and his popularity mostly. I cannot lie to you. He was one of the most charismatic wrestlers, the most talkative one. Bro, we eat too much vitamins because of this guy. What do you want me to say? And again, in my opinion, that's what made him successful. He was very successful and very very instrumental to WWE success. And again, without him, I think I wouldn't be watching wrestling at this point because wrestling would be very boring. But again, that is kind of him. And again, in my did I just call him him? Did I actually just call him him? But yeah, he's kind of the guy who actually launched WWE success. And again, without him, we wouldn't be seeing wrestlers on commercials, billboards, or technically be seeing wrestling at all. We'll be literally watching indie shows and literally watching it every single day. But technically, we won't have the payment and you know what I'm talking about. It wouldn't be on cable. We wouldn't be on cable because that's how good he was. He was literally the launchpad to WWE. And I know the politics and the shit housery that this man has done in the backstage, man. Do I look like I do not know? I was literally vomiting for calling him instrumental. But yeah, he's technically the guy who launched WWE to its success, and without him, I will be not that grateful. Yeah, I'm not still grateful, but I really don't care. But technically, without him, I think we wouldn't be watching the company as frequently as we are watching it right now. Vince McMahon wouldn't be succeeding. Yeah, that's what I'll be always only saying. And plus, he was kind of a commercial buzz and mostly the most popular wrestler in the company. Was his wrestling great? No, it wasn't. But in my opinion, that's what made him great. I feel like the only good thing that a face of the company needs is kind of the popularity, and that's what he brought in. Again, he was the face of the company, so we had to put him on this list as well. And he launched WWE, so we have to put this guy on the fucking list. Yeah, but technically, we have to put him on the list. So yeah. Oh, then you because I'm not continuing with this. And number five is Roman Reigns. Why we put him ahead of all of these guys? He had a lot of success in only maybe 10 or 11 years, and he's only been in the company for 11 years. This, and plus, again, I was a kid when I was watching Suffering Succotash, so I thought he was kind of pretty cool. And in my opinion, without Roman Reigns, I think I wouldn't be this invested in a long time. Let's not forget, all of us do all of us know the only reason why we were watching wrestling to not see this guy succeed. That's the only to not see this guy succeed. We wanted so many other wrestlers to succeed besides him, and I think that's kind of what made Roman Reigns special. You did not want to see him succeed, and at these days, yeah, you want to see him succeed. But technically, back in the day, you did not want to see this motherfucker succeed at all times. But that's why Roman Reigns is kind of here and he's the top five greatest wrestlers of all time. Do I believe that he is a better wrestler than most of these guys, or technically the five other guys I mentioned? Maybe half of them. But yeah, I'm not counting. I'm not also saying Hogan was bad. Yeah, Hogan was fucking shit. But technically, he was really good. And again, he's actually over the years improved on his mic skills, and that's kind of essential to playing in the company. Again, you need a guy who can actually succeed on the mic. And again, Roman Reigns has provided that for years. Again, his mic skills has always improved every single year. From 2014 it was trash. From 2015 it was trash. Okay, 2016 that's where it was getting alright because you can actually starting to see how it was improving. 2017, my guy was actually coming full force with some great mic skills. 2018 was kind of that time where he was literally progressing and you could see the progression with his mic skills. 2019, no. This is where you literally saw the downgrade. 2020 is kind of where it all started. You can also see the seriousness in the guy, and again he turned heel. And again, I have to put him on this list because he's the face of the company. He's actually giving WWE so much money right now. His popularity is buzzing, and again, my guy has all the belts right now. So do I look like a narcissistic fool? Do I look like a narcissistic fool? No, but yeah, I have to put him on this list. And again, in my opinion, I'm not saying he's better than the other wrestlers that the other five wrestlers I mentioned when it comes into the ring. But when it comes to popularity, as this is also a popularity contest as well, he kind of matched them successfully. He's more popular than Brett. He's more popular than Triple H. He's more popular than. Okay, that is a very good conversation, Hulk Hogan. That's a kind of a very good conversation we need to get into the next time. But he's more popular than Chris Jericho, and that's kind of what made him essential. He's a very essential figure to WWE, and again, WWE knows this. That's why they gave him two belts. But currently, he hasn't been providing that, and again, I do understand. But it's Roman Reigns. You have to actually leave him alone and let him give his work. And again, that's what I have been trying to do for the past few years. Yeah, this reign has actually lasted for 2 years now, so I don't want to get started. And I given him time, and again, that actually worked because he's been providing me the best content in wrestling. Again, that's very valuable. And again, my guy is beating every guy you seen. I'm not gonna mention the twice he beaten Kevin Owens in this reign. So I'm not gonna start with this. In my opinion, that's kind of very essential to me because you need kind of this longevity, and Roman Reigns doesn't have the biggest longevity amongst every wrestler or the wrestlers that I just mentioned just a while ago. But again, what this time he had, he's putting in the work, and we can all see that. And that's why I put him here, because at such a short time, he's proving to be the greatest wrestler of all time. And again, in some years' time, or maybe a year time, we will change this list. We will really change this list. But technically, right now, it is what it is, and I will actually stick to it. And again, I will agree with this. Maybe you will be top three in some years' time, or maybe number one. But technically, it is kind of hard when you're looking at the stacked roster that number four, number three, and number two are given. So yeah, do I think he's the greatest wrestler amongst those five guys? He, yeah, if I put him on the number five list, yeah. Number four, The Rock. I know. Yeah, okay. I know that you guys are gonna be pissed at this, but technically it is the rules, and I put him here. The Rock has been one of the most successful figures. I can always say that. I'm gonna always say that. And when I say that, I had to say with pure heart. He's been one of the most successful figures in WWE history. Again, always bringing money when he needs to bring. Always being the most popular one there. Always being the most hardworking there. And again, he's always putting in the work. And again, in my opinion, him living for Hollywood was kind of a good thing, because now when we take a look back at the Rock's history, or maybe casual fans will never watch The Rock in the Attitude Era, or The Rock in general in WWE. Take a look back at his career as like in Hollywood. They will always tell you stories about WWE, and that is why, because the Rock is The Rock. And again, him being in Hollywood is kind of helping WWE also, because again, don't forget, we're still getting money from the guys who actually are watching movies or Rock movies in general. And again, in my opinion, that is kind of helping his success, because The Rock is one of the most successful wrestlers right now, or probably the most richest WWE athlete of all time. I don't know about that, but I will take into consideration that is my mind. I will literally look at that as, yeah, The Rock is kind of the most richest out of all of them. The Rock, when it comes to the mic, was mostly the most iconic there, and the most iconic all day. And again, in my opinion, when it came to Ric Flair and The Rock, I would literally choose The Rock, because technically I cannot hear what Ric Flair is saying. Okay, I know what I said some minutes ago, but yeah, I can't hear what Ric Flair is saying. But what the fuck? Hey, I never, I never listen. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh Jesus Christ! And plus, The Rock is kind of that guy who has so much charisma. It is insane. Again, he's always made the stupidest things work. And again, in my opinion, that's fantastic. The Rock and Sock connection wasn't supposed to work. And again, if I match up The Rock, or a different version of The Rock with The Rock, not with The Rock, but technically with Mick Foley, or a different person with Mick Foley that you kind of took seriously and is a main eventer, Yeah, he wasn't gonna work, but The Rock made it work, and in my opinion, he's one of my honestly the greatest wrestler of all time, because you cannot tell me he made that work and that you're gonna shrug off your chest or shrug off off your shoulders. You cannot shrug that off your shoulders and he made that work. That is impossible, because that's what The Rock does. Again, we will always blame him or always challenge him or always say shit about him leaving Hollywood. But again, him leaving Hollywood was kind of a good thing, because he had to rest from WWE. He needed a break from WWE, maybe a very long break. I can't lie to you. He's been out for a while, but he needed a long break for WWE, and in my opinion, that's kind of something that I kind of respect, because again, most of these top six guys that I mentioned, they're mostly dedicated to the company. But when it came to The Rock, he also had a short time in the company, just like Roman Reigns, but maybe a bit shorter, but he made it work. And again, that is why he is top four, because without the longevity, he still made it work. And in my opinion, that is kind of something that I respect, you know. And again, he does deserve to be on this list. So yeah. Number three, Shawn Michaels. Again, you had to expect this coming some way, or you had to expect them on this list. You had to expect Shawn Michaels on this list, in my opinion. When it came to Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, they were literally the Larry and the Magics of mostly the eras. I can say early '90s eras, but yeah, you get what I mean. They were literally the most iconic figures of all time. But when it comes to Shawn Michaels, he's more iconic than Bret, because he actually lasted a bit longer. And again, Shawn Michaels has made his career more special. In my opinion, I feel like Shawn Michaels deserves to be number one or number two. But yeah, it's all about popularity also. So yeah, we have to take into consideration. Shawn Michaels on the mic was absolutely dazzling. Again, you some of the times when he was on the mic, yeah, you didn't take him seriously. But who didn't? Who give the fuck, man? That's what he was doing the whole time. And again, he's always evolved. Shawn Michaels has always learned also to evolve. And again, unlike Chris Jericho, he didn't evolve too much to actually, break it. And plus, he didn't need to evolve, but he actually still evolved, and that's what makes him special. And also, Shawn Michaels' second run was kind of the best second run of all time. When it comes to WWE, when it comes to WWE, all second runs are kind of trash, terrible, or annoying. I don't know when I get started with Ronda Rousey. I really don't want to get started with that. But with Shawn Michaels has learned to make it work, and again, that's what he does. He always make things work, and that's kind of the best thing that he's ever done for the company. He's always learned to make it work, and that's what makes him special. And plus, Shawn Michaels' prime has to be 2008, in my opinion. I personally think that was his best wrestling time. And again, when I'm talking about wrestling, you can never take out Shawn Michaels out of wrestling, because he's absolutely a pure wrestler. Do I think he deserves number one? Yes, but technically there are two wrestlers who I think deserves number one, and I will do just that. I will mention them in the same time. But when it comes to these wrestlers, it is when it comes to not these wrestlers, but Shawn Michaels in general, he is one of the most spectacular wrestlers on this list, because he made his wrestling work. He was a bit popular, and I mean a bit. I'm not talking about a lot. He's absolutely one of the most well respected figures of his time. And again, and I mean again, this man might at his first time might be a goof, but technically he always had a classic match. And again, Shawn Michaels was absolutely a banger, man. He was absolutely fantastic. And again, this is why he's the GOAT. This is why he needs to be number three, or kind of re-elected president of America, because this man is absolutely just on another level. Before we get into number one and number two, I want you guys to press that like and subscribe button. You feel me? And get those notifications so you guys will never miss an video. I mean, serious. I'm serious. Don't miss a video of PG Wrestling. That's good access. And again, it might seem like the hardest thing to do, but it's literally the easiest job in the world. It's better than doing chores. So what would you rather do? Do chores or like and subscribe? Your thing, man. You don't even need to pay. Just subscribe. And again, I want to inform you before we get into number one and number two, I'll actually be naming them at the same time, so you guys kind of will not guess who's number one early, because if I name number two, it was gonna make no sense. So yeah, let's get into this. Number two, Cold Stone Steve Austin, and number one, John Cena. Again, I will get. I know I'm gonna get shot, but you guys are gonna shoot me in the comments. But let me tell you something. John Cena is my goat. Austin's my second goat, or technically the whole group's goat, because we did vote and we did kind of select who's number one. And again, we all grew up with John Cena, but that is not to say that's the only thing we only had to put here. We only grew up with John Cena. When it comes to both of these two, they are sensational on the mic. And again, I do think Austin is clear and better. And again, when it comes to wrestling, yeah, it is very difficult because these guys had so many great wrestling matches and were great figures. But don't forget, when it came to John Cena made a match with the Great Khali work. That's impossible. But technically, you can't say that this is actually easy to do. This list was very hard to do, and again, Austin had more popularity than John Cena. Everyone knows that, and again, I do take into the popularity factor better. And again, Austin was so close for being number one. I'm not even joking, but I had to make this list. This list is absolutely not as accurate as you wanted it to be, but yeah, it is kind of what I expected. And again, in my opinion, these two are absolutely sensational. But again, when it comes to the prime, when it comes to the matches, when it comes to the forever storyline and longevity, John Cena has all those factors. And again, my opinion, that is just all I need to kind of make the greatest wrestler of all time. And my guy was absolutely overpowered. Do I think he deserves number one? Of course, because I watch John Cena. What do you think? Do you think I was gonna say Austin deserves number one? No, no. But technically, that is what it is. And in my opinion, I think I actually made this list accurate. Austin had all the factors to be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and I mean could be the greatest wrestlers. Oh, to be the greatest wrestler of all time. You know what I mean? I said to be the greatest wrestler of all time. But when it comes to John Cena, no one has more longevity. No, and again, when I said I'm not gonna take into wins, I'm not gonna take the wins to account. John Cena has the most wins in the wrestling history. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to say that, but technically, when it comes to the most popular person in the locker room and mostly in the world, locker room is Austin. In the world, you can say John Cena, because again, he's more popular these days. But back then, it was always Austin. And in my opinion, I'm also talking about the casual fans. So do not take this into consideration. I'm talking about in the world of literally the community, wrestling community. I'm talking about also the casual fans, the ones who watch wrestling casually and technically do not give a shit or get a shit about how this whole industry works. And again, that is okay, because that's kind of what decided the video. And in my opinion, I think I made this list a bit better by putting these two top two, because who are you gonna put? Who are you gonna put? So you guys, if you guys did like this video, like and subscribe. Oh, so tired. I'm just joking. Like and subscribe, and it was enjoying to rant with you guys. And again, it was the Bell Collector. Don't forget that name. Don't forget it. Bell Collector. So if you guys did like the video, like and subscribe. It was nice to be with you. Again, there's the honorable mentions. I don't know what you need to do with that. So yeah, they were the honorable mentions for the categories. So if you guys do like this video, like and subscribe, and don't forget to watch this video that is on the screen right now with Sami Zayn. Yeah, that is in front of me, bruh. Stop blocking my screen. And thank you for watching.